Hello there. Hi, Irene and Thelma. We thought we'd start out with a little Teddy Cam while we waited for some of the other folks to come in today. So, here, Teddy. He's all, he's been all ready to come on. I brought him up here like a minute beforehand, and he was thinking that that was just terrible because he was pretty sure he needed that treat right off. He was pretty sure he needed it right off the bat. Can you say hi to everybody, Teddy? Look at Daddy. Look at Daddy. Daddy doesn't have the sausage. Oh, I have the sausage. Sit, please. Sit, please. Sit, please. Lay down. Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy you are. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. Okay, well. Oh, there he is. There he is. One more. Okay. Oh, we have some fun and interesting new things to talk about today. I will tell you, we're going to talk mostly, don't go across the country. Come here. Come here. Let's go down this way. Let's go down this way. Thank you. Right. It's mostly creative expressions dies because we have so many that you haven't seen yet. Let's just get going with those. Alrighty. These, we haven't seen any like these. In fact, I don't remember these. I think these are wonderful. These are the Safari collection of cosmic or of creative expressions. You get that wonderful elephant, and this is a cut and emboss elephant. So all these areas where you see these lighter places, all of that is going to be pushed up through the mold. So you can see it really well here. All those lighter places where it's cut out, if you use this with an embossing mat, it's going to cut all, it's going to push the paper up through all those areas and give you a nice embossed finish on this elephant. Here is a giraffe. Can't do African animals without a giraffe. I love the frame, the leaves in there. I think that's great fun. I always like dies that I can do dual purpose with. I think this one is beautiful with the giraffe in it, but you could easily take the giraffe out of it and use just the frame if you wanted to.
Hello to Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. We're doing creative expressions today. So here's my giraffe. And again, the giraffe has embossing areas, both in the frame and in the giraffe. That will give you a nice finish. Here is the lion. That's what my kitties think they are. Did you guys like my kitty pictures? I didn't hear from anybody. I did talk to Thelma. Thelma liked my kitty pictures, but did you guys like my kitty pictures? This is what my kitties think they are. They think they're lions or tigers. They have stripes, so maybe they think they're tigers. Love this one. It's a sloth. Yes, it is. Make it great. Yes, yes, yes. Meow. My kitties are so much fun. They're pests too. They're fun pests. Almost got her naughty kitty. I've got two naughty kitties. But they're all mine. chase each other down through the house, land on the table surface, and slide across to everything that was there is gone. Mary R., you have to tune back in for your Teddy Cam. It's there at the beginning. Okay. Here's our zebra. It's funny, when you watch nature programs, they call them zebra. Zebra. We've always called them zebra. Okay. A little bit more classic Sue Wilson here. This is the Scandinavian Collection, Copenhagen. That's pretty, though. Isn't that pretty? I love this outer frame. That's beautiful. Let's see how big that is. The outer frame is 5 1/4. The outside edges, 5 1/4 by 4. So that's going to be a beautiful shape for any of your cards, really. And you got all these different dies in here, which is fun. You've got an outside shadow die, so you can show another color through all this beautiful filigree work. You've got an inside die that this is actually one big layer. It doesn't have a cutting edge on the inside of this little spokey one here. And then this one does not have a cutting edge, but there's a cutting edge on the inside one. So you could do a fun layer in there that actually could go clear across if you wanted it to. Oh, preparing dinner. Well, that's important too. Scandinavian Collection. This is Oslo. Oslo. And this is a little bit smaller one. I think this would be really nice on a 5x5 card. This is 4 inches wide and 3.5 inches tall. And like the last one we looked at, it has an outside layer for a shadow, so you could get some shadow through all this beautiful filigree work. And then we've got 2 card layers inside. Then we've got an aperture die, and you've got a cutout space in the middle. Die not sights. Yes, they do have good edge on them. The Creative Expression dies are outstanding. They're very, very, very good. The only downside to Creative Expressions is that they're normally very expensive. And they're not expensive right now because I've got your back. They are half off of everything. So as we put these into inventory this week, they are all on sale. I still haven't promised the girls that I'm going to keep these in alphabetical order. I'm going to try really hard. I love these cards that have all these openings in them. It's so fun to put different things in the openings. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I love that happy birthday and that celebrate. That's beautiful too. So you could use the little icons they use here, or you could use so many other things. You can make this into any kind of card you want to make it into. But I love the fact that it's got all these little openings in it. Those are fun to make cards. These would also be for my quillers out there. These would be dynamite to put some quilling images in. These little openings, wouldn't that be great fun? Beautiful. Here's another one, similar to the last. Another one of those opening dies, this time with a thank you, friend. And then the little flowers and things again. Put a tall flower in here. You can overlap these to the outside of that frame and they'd look beautiful. Just great fun. Let's see how big that outer frame is. It is 4 1/4 by almost 5 1/2, 5 3/8. That's what our dies look like. Love this little love. See, this would be a beautiful one to go in one of those openings, wouldn't it? We could fit that little love in where the thank you is. You guys know I'm going to have this one. I'm so into my coffee carts lately. Thanks a latte to perk you up. I love it. Thanks a latte. What they look like. And you're a star. Here's one for all your young sporty people, maybe older sporty people. Got a Sue Wilson video out there using this set. This would also be a fun one on that opening card. See how you could put that long hockey stick in one of the taller spaces there. I like this one a lot. I was just pointing that out to Bryce. I love this one. This is a shaped card, and it's a cottage, and you can use this to be open at the top, and it can be its own easel card. How cute is that? And the door can open. You've got a cut line around the door and a score line on the back of the door so you can open the door too. How fun is that? That's a good one. Shaped card, cottage. You can see that really well on here. See how we've got the score line here for opening the door. You got all those charming ceiling tiles and things. This is a fun one. Love that. It's a good size die too. This one is 5 inches wide by 5.5 long if you use the outside shadow. Congratulations on the birth of your pride and joy, babies, little angel, prince, princess. It's a boy, it's a girl. Those are beautiful script. Isn't that pretty? I need to learn to print that way. That's one of my goals, to get good at calligraphy. All right. I was just mentioning this one to Bryce as we were waiting. I like this one. This has a pierced frame, which means that because it has a pierced frame, this can be used for embroidery, although it doesn't need to be. The piercing is beautiful in and of itself. Come in a little bit closer so you can see the pierced edges on that, honey. See the beautiful piercing in there? You can stitch around those hearts and things if you wanted to, but it's also just beautiful to just have the pierced edges there. This is a good size die. Let's see how wide this one is. I was wondering if this would go through a standard die cutter, and it will. Including the outside frame, it's 5.5 inches wide, and it is 6 3/4 inches long. So you could absolutely put this through any machine with a 6-inch opening, which is the standard. We got some nice fairies in this box. Here's the first of our fairy dies. These fairies are just fun. I would want to put some opalescence or something in those wings. Wouldn't that be pretty?
Or just colored pencils.
What's that?
Or colored pencils.
Or colored pencil into it. Yeah, absolutely.
Mary's asked, so the die does all the piercing?
Yes, the die does all the piercing. Let's look at that die again. Here's the back of that die. You can see all the little piercing holes here. It does all of it. Because while it's cutting the spaces, it's doing all that piercing too. And again, this would be great for embroidery, but it wouldn't have to be for embroidery. It's not designated as an embroidery die. It's just pretty. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Pierced collection, circles, mandala background. Another pierced design. I don't know how many of you have done an ornaire, which is the art of piercing, where you put down a pad, and then you go around with your piercing tool and put all the little holes in. This is much faster. And you can see the piercing holes on the back of here. That's a beautiful detail in that die, you know it? That's beautiful. And you know what I'm just noticing here is all the cutouts in this die are round. You could use that for confetti in some of your shaker cards. There's no extra spaces that aren't rounds. Wouldn't that be fun? I love double duty. Okay, we have a beautiful collection of ornaire stencils in our store. I still like to do ornaire. I think especially if I'm stressed, boy, that's absolutely satisfying to go through and punch those holes. This one's also pierced. Look at that beautiful thing. That looks like a giant snowflake or a mandala. It's beautiful. And here's the piercing. This one's going to cut out full butterflies that you can use. Again, I love it when you have dies that do dual duty like that. I like to save those little pieces and put them on other things. It always just makes me feel successful when I can recapture something from a die. Here's when you're going to recapture a bunch of things. This is also a pierced collection. This is the butterfly and flowers frame. Look at all those butterflies and all those flowers. All those pieces you can capture. And then they've got some little circles you could put in the centers of those flowers if you wanted to, once they're punched out. Lots of beautiful pieces to save. This one can be just the outer butterfly frame, or it can be the frame with a beautiful center in it. And you've got all that lovely piercing. This one is called the In and Out Collection Stars, and you can use this to do so many fun things. You can fold the star back on itself for, what is that? It's not iris. What is that art form called when you fold it back on itself to create designs? Huh?
Origami?
No, it has a name. But you can fold these back on themselves. If you use a double-sided paper with this, you can do some really fun effects with this. Or you can cut the stars completely out by turning it then and cutting it again. Or you can cut out just openings. Or you can cut out just stars hanging over the edges. This is one you can use in a multitude of ways. But I would be fun. I would be thinking it would be fun to cut this out and then score it, fold that back on itself with two different colors of paper, and you'd end up with dual color stars. It should be really pretty. What is that called? Somebody help me with what that technique is called. I know that. It's about the same era as ornaire. I got it. It's going to get away from me for now. Yes, I love that where the light shines through, Mary. Ornaire is beautiful. We still have a lot of ornaire dies because I still think that is a very viable and fun craft project. Irish folding, that might be another name for it, Glenn. Look at this beautiful Make-A-Wish die. Isn't she pretty? I love that. This is also pierced. Got a lot of pierced dies in here. One of the things you can do with these pierced dies that's fun is before you cut with them, you can ink them. Ink them from the back lightly. Tap your ink pad on there, and when it pierces into the paper, it will leave a little ring around the piercing area. You get just a pretty little pattern in there. I like that one. Look at that fun sitting on the moon. Hi, Adeline. is that? That's going to drive me crazy till I look it up. I have a book that has all those classic parchment techniques. Birthday wishes. Look how pretty she is. Very, very pretty. That's what it looks like from the back. Now, this one's always fun. Fairy Village Collection Floral Branch. Now, this looks to me like cherry blossom time. You use this for a lot of things. Add a few leaves, add a few cherry blossoms, be pretty. Or create a branch and prop a fairy on it. Oh. You are so welcome for the sale. We are going to keep it going. Why? Because I still have stuff. Thank you for the reminder to do thumbs up, Glenn. Appreciate it. This is pretty. Now, wouldn't that be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful border to layer your top sheet on top of your card? You could actually lay this on top of the entire card, or you could cut this out of the face of your card and have that be the layer hanging, hang over the back piece. Then I'd want to put like a Hardy Crafts topper on it.
Hello, Karen.
Hi, Karen. Welcome. I got your Christmas card. I meant to bring it out. It's so pretty. I got 2 of them. I can't believe you guys, Alice and Karen, got their cards delivered already. That's crazy. It's beautiful. They're both beautiful, both Alice's and Karen's cards. I didn't bring them out today, but I will. How pretty is that? I love that lattice work. I would want to, you remember those pearlescent cards we had that had all the lattice work on them? You could make your own. We ran out of those eons ago, but you could make your own with this. Here's some beautiful Fairy Wishes collection, Decal Edge Blossoms. Now, I got to say, there is, I believe, this is from Jamie Rogers, there is a picture of these Decal Edge flowers done. They look kind of funky here because they're just kind of irregular. They're so pretty layered up, guys. Did you guys notice what I said in the newsletter the other day, that Jamie Rogers has bought the Creative Expressions brand and he's going to keep it going?
Wow.
Yeah, they sold out of a lot of their inventory, but he's going to pick it up and go forward with it. So Jamie Rogers is going to do that. Our friend Jamie Rogers. We like Jamie Rogers. So it's, I love iris folding, but that's not what this technique is called that I'm trying to come up with. I can't think of what it's called. Look at this fun die set, guys. I always love a die set that's got grass in it. Grass is so functional. You can use it for so many cards. But look at the little fairy houses. Then we have the little fairies. We have the flowers. We have the moon. 3 different fairies in this, and the toadstools and the tree. This is just such a good die set. 13 dies in this set. Half price. Yep, it is. Am I crazy? Yep. But I'm really thankful for our friends that, our distributor, that bought up a lot of the inventory from Creative Expressions and sold it to us for prices that allowed me to sell it to you for these prices. So I'm very thankful for that. More fairies. Isn't it cute? Little fairy village. You could make a whole village with this one and the last one. So pretty. These would also be fun in those window cards, you know it? It'd be the moon and the fairies, the little fairy houses. This would be fun in those window cards. You can see the detail here. Come in a little closer so you can see the level of detail in these dies. And they do have a superb cutting edge. I have Creative Expressions dies that I've had for 15 years, and they're just as great now as they were when I bought them. Oh, I'm so glad you got your package, Irene. Yay! Okay, this is pretty. Now, I love butterflies. What is it about a butterfly? I read this thing the other day that said, without the need for change, I'm not a big change person, but this helped me. It said, without the need for change, there would be no butterflies.
Is that right?
It's true. Isn't that beautiful? The frame on the outside with that beautiful circular scallop is beautiful in and of itself. And then the flowers and the vines and the butterfly, you could disassemble this and use this in a bajillion different ways, or you could use it all just like it's prepared. Hey, Annette's here. Hi, Annette. Thank you for stopping to see us, friend. Always like a treat these days when we get to see you. Let me see if I can get these in here right. I promise to keep them in order. Almost to our first box. These are beautiful. What a treat to be able to offer these at these prices. So excited. Okay, getting back to the beginning here so I don't get them out of order. Elephant was first. Okay. We've got lights. We've got festive lights and borders. Now, I know what would be fun here. It'd be fun, obviously, to cut this out of a lot of different colors and layer up the light bulbs. But it would also be fun to put glossy accents on the bulbs, wouldn't it? And use these in a variety of ways. These would be fun. I like to do that. Here is a Christmas stocking. Glenn was asking a little while ago if these Creative Expressions dies have a good cutting edge on them, and they have a superb cutting edge. This has some more little fun cutouts here. Look at the little trees you can cut out and keep. Little presents, candy canes to stick out the top of your stocking. That's what it looks like from the back. Got some nice embossing lines and stuff there. This is a little gift box. 3D presents. This is a Jamie Rogers die. If you're making a little Christmas tree, you can fold up little boxes to go under your tree. Super easy too. You don't have to do all that cutting and scoring. It's all right there for you. Cute, cute little boxes and little bows, hearts, balloons. Lots of fun stuff there. Those little boxes would be very useful. I have to, when our Christmas tree gets here and we get it assembled, I'll have to shoot you guys a picture of our Christmas tree this year. With me in retail and Bryce in human resources, we just do not, we burn the candle at both ends this time of year, and we do not have a lot of time for decorating. When the kids were little, we used to do it anyway, but we just really, we burn ourselves out trying to get it all done. Look at that little wedding set. Isn't that just so cute? That's a Jamie Rogers. They're saying, in case you came in, since then, Jamie Rogers has bought the Creative Expressions brand. He's going to keep it going. Look at these little hearts. All those little hearts are going to turn into confetti for you. Look at all those little hearts. That's fun. These are one-liners. I don't know if any of you have done these. We did these in high school in one of my art classes, and we had to draw images without lifting our pencil from the paper. And that's what these one-liner dies are about. The entire die is done in a continual string. Starts up here and ends over here, but it's all done in one string. Isn't that fun? I love that. One-liner collection, Jingle Bells. Here's a polar bear done in a one-liner. Did you ever do that, Thelma, in your art classes? Did you ever do one-liners? We did. It's actually great fun. It's challenging. It's very challenging to get your image just the way you want it. I always found it to be useful to draw my image first and then replicate my image using one-liner technique. They got little toes and everything on that bear, all in one line. Here is, look at this. This is amazing. Okay, the Koresh and the reindeer are done in two separate pieces, but it's still a one-liner collection. Look at that. You got the barn. That's all done in one piece. And then you got the reindeer and the fawn, all in one line. 2 dies in that set. What fun that is. This is a fun one. I have a lot of owl collectors in our store. We have a lot of owl collectors. Look at this one. This is fun because you can see where they're layer. I like the way that they're demonstrating how you can layer up those pieces. See that in the picture? Cutting them in different colors and layering up the pieces and creating a real 3D look. So I started to say that Bryce and I get really, really busy this time of year. Last year, we made Bryce and Lauren made a gnome, a gnome Christmas tree. They put a beard on our Christmas tree. They put a big bauble for the nose right above the beard, and they put a Santa cap on the top of our tree. It was a gnome tree. That was about all the decorating we did. This year, we have something special in mind. This is the year of the kitty in our household. So we are going to love the way that's layered. Isn't that fun? And they're using some inking techniques here too. It's the year of the kitty, so we're going to do something extra fun this year. But you're not going to believe what we're going to do. Okay, let's see. May I give you this one? Okay. I don't know where this one on the side's supposed to go in the alphabetic process here, so I'm just going to show it to you. This is fun the way they've done this with multiple colors. This would be an easy one to cut this in 2 different colors and fit the pieces back in. I love all the stitchery too around the pieces. You can see it better on the back. See the stitchery around all those pieces? That's fun. You could even cut this in a couple different colors and get a really interesting background out of this one. Wouldn't that be fun? I think that'd be fun to play with the colors and see what I could do to create a really interesting feel from that. Okay, starting here. Little stack. Make sure I get these in order. You know, I think I got one out of order. Boy, I'm trying really hard. Doesn't mean they won't get me.
You were warned.
Tags and frames, bunting flags. You can cut all these little pieces to do lettering and you know, happy birthday banners and stuff on your cards. Wouldn't that be fun? Bunting flags. This is also what you use those little clip punches for that we've had on sale. We have them for like $1.50 or $2. All those little clip punches. You take a line and you run through there, and then you put all the little clip punches over it. You put lettering on them. It's so cute. Oh, the miniature ornaments would probably look really pretty in that. So look at all those sizes that you can do. Love this one. I like pansies. Did you guys figure that out? I like pansies. I advertised my painted pansies class for weeks before we did it, and I was just joyful about doing it. This would be a great stained glass panel, wouldn't it? That's beautiful. This would also be fun to just cut this out of several different materials, several different colors, and piece this back in because it'd be so easy to do. It's just really quite pretty. It's 2 dies. All they're doing is they're giving you an aperture die and then a cutout die. So you got a shadow to go behind it. And here's another one. This is a petunia. You could do the same thing here. With this one, I think I'd want to do a little inking on my petunia. I'd cut this out, and then I'd do some inking on the petunia and the leaves to give that some added dimension. Isn't that pretty? That would be beautiful. Same. It's a smaller die with a shadow frame around it. You never have too many of these. I have decided that. Pierced tags. Pierced tags. Look at these wonderful tags. They're great sizes. Let's see if we have sizes on them. No, they don't have sizes, but I can tell you what they are. This one is, the outer die is 2 3/4 wide and 4 and pretty close to 4.5 long. The middle die is 3 1/4 by 2 inches wide. And the inside die is 2 1/2 by 1 1/4. And then it's got these little reinforcements that you can put around there too, which is really nice with tags to be able to put an extra piece of paper there to reinforce them. Like those paper reinforcers that we used to put on our stuff that we were getting in and out of notebooks all the time. Remember that? Probably dating myself again. Bryce is over there shaking his head. Yep, you are. Here's a Sue Wilson die. It's beautiful. Isn't that just gorgeous? I just want to take that, cut that out, and stamp a little message on the inside. Just wouldn't have to do much else. So pretty. This is beautiful, kind of feathery looking. This is called Roxy. It's called Roxy. It's not advertised as a Roaring 20s, but it kind of reminds me of that feel, that Art Deco feel. The feathers. Roxy. The 3 dies in that pack. You have all this beautiful filigree work, and you have a shadow to go in behind that. It's the 3rd. I don't know what the 3rd die is. I don't know. I'd have to get this one out and cut it to see what the 3rd die is. I have no clue. I see 2. This is another one that kind of reminds me a little bit of Art Deco. And that shell pattern on the outside. Very pretty, though. You are so sweet. A sewing themed treasure here. It's kind of hard to see the detail where it's all cut in the same color here, but let's look at this and you can see it really well. You got your dress form, you got your fabric, you got your needle, you got your bobbins, you got your thimble and your buttons, measuring tape around the edge. Lots and lots of beautiful detail there. And it says, "You are so sweet." Okay. This is some frames and tags, stitched flags. I love to use these. This is so nice to put it under a topper or under a greeting on a card. So pretty. Look at all those. You got the flags, the whale tails on both sides, and the whale tail on one side. Okay, this is Tessa. Tessa. Tessa has a lot of detail. This has all this beautiful filigree work around the outside. Then we've got a shadow die that will backfill all of that beautiful work. Then we've got a cutout here. And we've got another, yeah, that's an aperture die in the middle. So it's not fully cut out in the middle. Really pretty. Tessa. This is Victoria. Kind of looks like that should be a Victoria. I almost want to put that one sideways. Isn't that pretty? Just simple and beautiful. It's an aperture die with a shadow surround. This one is a one-piece die. I love it, though. It's beautiful. Wild Daisies. This would be another one that would just be really fun to do stained glass techniques with in the frame, wouldn't it? Here's some more. These are wild roses. I started to say pansies, but they're not. They're wild roses in a single piece frame called a cover plate. These are really easy cards to make because you can make something just gorgeous. Cut that out of a piece of mirror board and stamp a greeting into it. You're just not going to have to do a lot to this. It's beautiful. Here's one that says, "Thankful for you." And we're going to look at the back of this one because it has a lot of detail in it that doesn't show from the front. Thankful for you. This has a Sue Wilson video, too, that's worth taking a look at if you're considering this one. It's called Frames and Tags Wisteria. And what we have is wisteria blossoms coming down in this one. Beautiful detail. And it's thankful for you, the greeting. It's wisteria. I need this one. You are my anchor. Beautiful anchor. And we've got an anemone and starfish. Anchor. We've got some rope. We've got rope around You Are My Anchor. I love it. It's neat. 5 pieces in that set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 3 in this top piece. Here's another one of those that kind of reminds me of that Victoria one we looked at a minute ago. Although this one isn't quite as long. This is Zoe. Pretty. This would be a really, really pretty frame just to put a greeting inside of, wouldn't it? Leave this one out of the center. I think the center's beautiful. But leave the center out and put a greeting inside of there, or do all of those layers and put a flower off to the side. It'd be gorgeous. We're going to start running into a few Halloween dice here. Boo to you, spooky. There are a lot of people out there that love Halloween, love sending cards and decorating for Halloween. Boo to you. It's got 7 pieces in this die. It's spiders and owls and cobwebs and pumpkins and vines. Boo to you. And spooky. That's what it looks like from the back. Here's a haunted house. Here's, oops, wait a minute. I said haunted house. Oh, haunted wishes. Haunted wishes. We got kind of a, I think maybe a lady vampire. I'm not sure. What else has she got there? Oh, we got a string of candy. We've got some bats and cats and not sure what that is. Birds and potion bottles and her scary lady. This is danger, beware. We got the Grim Reaper there, and headstones. Danger, beware. Here are Sue Wilson craft dies. We've got pumpkins and pumpkin leaves, and then you can cut different faces into the pumpkins using the face dies. Okay, eat, drink, and be scary. Eat, drink, and be scary. Sue Wilson has a video on this one. I like the trees, the stack of pumpkins, and the bats. That's cool. Use a lot of those separately. This is witching you a happy Halloween. Wishing you a happy Halloween. And we have zombies. This is Halloween collection zombie party. We got the zombie party going here, guys. Beware of zombies, it says. We got some pretty rough looking characters there. Beware of zombies. This is Indonesian collection. This is Bali. This is beautiful. Go straight from that zombies to this really pretty Indonesian pattern. Isn't that beautiful? I love all this intricacy. This is going to look almost like our laser cutting lines. You know, you're going to have all those fine lines. That's going to be beautiful when it's done. It's going to be a great candidate for sticky specs. 4 pieces in that one. So you can use all of the pieces or some of the pieces. Lauren just came in. She and her daddy are going to go to Zoo Lights tonight. You're 1 in a million, Lauren. You're 1 in a million, baby. There we go. 1 in a million. 2 dies in that set. We have an aperture in it and then a cutout shadow. I probably better put some of these in the back or I'll be mixing them up and then I'll be getting in trouble. I remember where I started here. That was the bunting flags. Okay. This is fun. Shutters and a windowsill. Be fun to make these open. Shutters and a windowsill. Maybe put a window behind it, a Christmas tree behind the window. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be great fun. And, oh, I love this one. This is Layered Flowers collection again. Now these are, you have to take a look at the pictures and the listings for these guys. Because these are really rough looking when you just look at the dies. But they're so pretty when they're layered up. With all that rough edges to them. They're just so very pretty. Okay, this is Layered Collection Cone Flowers. Flowers. And I like the fact that they give us some sideways dies here too. And you can still layer those up even as sideways dies. That's fun. Get a real natural look to your arrangement there. Here is a layered collection garden rose. These are beautiful because each one has two pieces. You can get those in two different colors. Don't have to color them. All you have to do is just use different colors of paper. So for those of you who aren't into coloring, I personally am, but for those of you who aren't into coloring, that's a good way to go. Here's hibiscus. How pretty are those? Boy, our neighbor next door has the biggest, most beautiful hibiscus in her front yard. Seems like all summer that thing blooms. It's so beautiful. I'm quite envious of it. Here are some hydrangea. You just can't go wrong with hydrangea, guys. My favorite flowers. Here is layered magnolia. They've done this so light that it's kind of hard to see in the pictures, but it's pretty. Bryce's parents used to have a cat that was losing his sight, and instead of bringing in mice and things, he'd bring in magnolia leaves. Kind of tragic, but he was so proud when he brought him in.
Truth.
Huh? Hi, Truth. Oh, beautiful. So this one, we've got layered flowers collection. This is called Posy. No particular flower here. It's just called Posy. It's cute, though. Here's a nice one. This is called Striplet Infinity. This is another one of those. It just reminds me of the beautiful laser cut work that we were getting from Petite, Katie Petite. This is beautiful. Another frame that's going to be a really good candidate for sticky specs. Striplets mirrored striplet. And that's got, it actually has 3 dies in that set, so you can layer up the frames around that. Is a posy a particular kind of flower, Truth? I didn't think it was. It might be. I could be wrong. I frequently am. Here's a miniature village collection. I love all the little windows and stuff. Got all those little windows separately. Layer those all up. Here's part of a miniature village collection too. Here's the bookshop. You have to have the bookshop. And we have the miniature village collection corner cottage. All these are half price, guys. All these beautiful dies. We have the miniature village collection flower shop. And here is the miniature village collection keeper's cottage. You have the miniature village collection primrose cottage. Here's some cute little baby woodland animals. Baby woodland animals. Baby bunny, baby deer, baby fox, baby raccoon. I guess it's not a fox. Yeah, it's a fox up on top. Hedgehog. Baby woodland animals. Here's a good one. Cheeky monkey. Hang in there. Go wild. How cute is that? We got wine. Cheers. Wine a little, laugh a lot. Good friends wine together. Wine a little, laugh a lot. I like that. Here's a train. Piece it all together. It's got separate wheels and stuff so that you can just layer those on and not have to color. That's fun. Train. It looks like. Sending birthday wishes your way to lift your spirits. to get well soon. Lift your spirits. I like that. So pretty. Sending birthday wishes. Everything will be owl right. Everything will be owl right. I love the owl and the moon. Put that owl overlapping the moon a little bit. So cute. Everything will be owl right. I don't think we're going to make it through more than these 2 boxes, honey.
I will agree.
Now. No getting out of order. Get me in trouble. Okay, another owl. Owl, always be there for you. Hope your birthday is a hoot. I'm easily entertained, guys. Here's a basket. And this one's fun because this is a weaving basket. See the weaving piece? You run back and forth through the slats. You weave the little basket. How cute is that? And put the little bow on it. Anything you want in it. That's cute. I like that a lot. Back to that new arrival. Here's the stork and baby. Stork and his little bundle of joy. I love the fact they got the little cap and stuff for the stork and a little heart to go in the bundle. This is pretty New York background. I feel like I need to burst into song and sing "It's Up to You, New York, New York."
Should be 3 minutes.
Okay. We got fun layering die here. This has 4 dies in the collection. See how they're laid out? This is beautiful. This is New Zealand, a noble border. How long is that die? Wow. That is 8 inches long. That is perfect for a DL card. To be your background in a DL. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Again, I find myself thinking, wouldn't it be fun to have that and then put one of those Hardy Craft toppers on it? I think if you did this in like an icy kind of color and put a snowman or something on it, it'd be beautiful. We've got New Zealand collection. These are tag dies. Tags. That's interesting. It shows 2 on the front of the package and 1 inside. I don't know. This is what you actually get.
They're
Huh?
nested.
What?
They're nested. There's 2 in there.
They're not actually nested, though. Well, yeah, I guess maybe that is what they're trying to show. Lawrence suggests that they're trying to show you that they're nested. This is an aperture die, and that's a shadow. So that one kind of confused me a little bit, but good night, Karen. Here is another one of those with just the fine details. How beautiful is that? I love that one. It's got 5 dies in it. All kinds of beautiful layering you can do with that one. Warm Winter Wishes. And each one of these has a shadow that goes with it. So you can use them with or without the shadows. Here is a striplet. This is called Jubilee. A striplet die. Hi, Kim. Good to see you, friend. Mary R. said hi to Lauren.
Hello.
Very pretty little striplet. There's another little striplet. This would be really pretty on a gatefold card. Put on the 2 edges of a gatefold, wouldn't it? Very pretty. This one looks fluffy like my kitties. Looks fluffy like my cats. I sent them the cutest kitty pictures in their last email with the little stories of what they're up to. Here's Dog. Pet Pals collection. This is Buddy. Buddy can wear glasses. Buddy could have spots that were hearts, or you could just put the hearts around him. He could have spots that were flowers. And Buddy can carry an envelope in his mouth. That's so cute. There's some fun images of this one on the website. I remember copying all of them. Here's a pug. Here's Coco. Coco the pug. He's having a birthday party. Again, you can put a letter in his mouth. Cakes, presents, hearts. You can put a party blower in there. I love this one. This is the Pet Pals collection. He's called Milo. Milo, look at Milo's ears. How cute is that? You layer up those ears too. That's adorable. This looks almost like a saddle or blanket he put over Milo's back. I don't even want to think about that. He's got a letter that goes in his mouth too. Milo. Another kitty die. This is the Pet Pals collection, and this is Mittens. I'm smitten with mittens. Love this one. This is just such a cool looking dog. Now, because they've done the head this way and this way, we could make that a bobblehead. Put the bobble on top of the prior one. How cute is that? Yeah, he needs to be a bobblehead. I just believe it. What's he called? That's Rufus. He's got a great name too, Rufus. Rufus is a great name. Here is a genuinely beautiful pop-up die, guys. These are always asking about pop-ups. Look at this one. This is pop-up die. And this would be great fun to use like with that fireplace set we looked at earlier. Remember those? Or all these flowers. But this is just the pop-up mechanism to make it really easy to make that pop out. We lost our Milo not this Thanksgiving, but last Thanksgiving, Mary R. He was 17 years old. Goats are supposed to live like 10 to 12 years. So at 17, he was an old goat. But we lost him last Thanksgiving. We don't have any goats anymore. We miss our Milo, though, because he was just a charming old man. Portuguese collection. This is Lisbon. Does this remind you of Lisbon?
Yep.
Lauren says, yes, it does remind her of Lisbon. She's been there.
Just needs a rooster.
It needs a rooster on it? Okay. Now we've heard directly from the source. Get Lisbon and a rooster. Okay, and we've got the Portuguese collection, and this one is Sintra. Sintra. S-I-N-T-R-A. Sintra. That remind you of Lisbon?
No.
Not as much as the other. It's pretty though, isn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I think we got through that box. I'm going to put these away so I don't get in trouble with my niece. She's going to leave me after the first of the year, but I don't want her leaving me earlier. Our new girls are doing great in their training, though. Laurel and Sandy are just coming right along. Margie, I don't know what I'd do without Margie. Margie's doing all the training. I'm trying to find places to put all these things I keep buying. Okay, I have another box here, but I'm not going to subject you to it tonight. Yes, we have more dies. Okay, yes, Teddy misses Milo. Teddy loved Milo. Milo liked Ted too, as long as he was separated by a fence. He didn't like the fact that Teddy jumped on him. Okay, so wow. All these dies I showed you tonight, every single one of them is half price, guys. What a deal is that? So I'll send you a newsletter tonight with a link to our creative expressions and all the rest of our continuing wonderful sale items. Yes, Brittany is leaving next year. That is truth. She will be leaving me sometime between the end of the year and the end of January. I'm not sure exactly when, but yes, after, boy, she's been with me a long time. You are 26, so that makes Brittany 36. And Brittany has been working for me off and on since she was 17. She has been with me a long time. That will be a huge loss to me to lose Brittany. But yep, that's one of the reasons why we're training up 2 people, because we're going to need help. So yeah, I need 2 people just to replace Brittany 1 day a week. Brittany's pretty amazing. We will be back on Saturday with our Saturday creative program. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be sure to be fun. So I will see you at 11 a.m. Saturday. That's 2 p.m. Pacific time. If you haven't already left a thumbs up, please leave a thumbs up. It makes me feel good, and it also helps to assure that YouTube knows that you guys like what happens in our videos. So leave a thumbs up, and when we sign off here, which we'll do momentarily, I want you to hit that refresh button in the corner of your screen. Tell me about your favorite die today or your favorite holiday tradition. Pretty much tell me anything you want to talk about. I love to read your comments. I respond to most of them, and I will enjoy having the opportunity to do that. And if you are not yet a subscriber to our channel, hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss a thing we're up to. We're up to good stuff all the time. Right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off so these guys can get to zoo lights. So I'm going to say good night, Gracie.